I'm back, everybody. I know it's a bit late in the UK, but this is it. This is the best broadcast ever that I'm going to give. My goodness, if you've never tuned in before, this is Ben Chai, the Doctor Who of business. And I give broadcasts every Monday and Tuesday. Monday is property day. So you'll see lots of broadcasts on property and how to make money from property, how to lose money in property. And on Tuesday, I share different aspects of being successful in business and in your life in general. So without much ado, I will start. Now, in this live broadcast, I'll be sharing a little bit about why you need a why, and why you need a massive why, and what to do if you don't have a massive why. And you might be thinking, what are you talking about, Ben? I have no clue what this why business is. Is that a letter? Is it a question? What is it? Now, one of my favorite pastimes is watching videos of people who've done amazing stuff. For example, there's a lady called Susan Boyle, and when she first appeared on stage, she looked very she didn't really have any fashion sense, she didn't have any communication sense, anything like that. And to top that all, she was probably past the age where you would expect somebody to be a singer. So past the age of 40, maybe she was 50, I don't know. And she gets on stage and everyone thinks she's totally crazy. And she says, look, I want to be a famous singer. And then she opens her mouth and wow, it is amazing. It blows everybody away. I'm in tears watching that video. I've seen it 7 or 8 times already. I'm still in tears seeing this amazing singer achieve something that she's wanted so much. The same with, some of you know that I'm in dance. I see people with one leg, some people with just no limbs at all. And I share some of these videos sometimes, and they've become top dancers. Did they have any skill before? I don't know. Not what I'm going to be talking about. Although with compounding of your own why, you know, you can become successful at anything. So I love these videos. I really do love these videos. It really shows what if somebody wants to achieve something, that they can do that. There's this lovely lady who's one of my Facebook friends. She has no arms and no legs, and she again has been very successful. She's been in the Olympics in I can't remember whether it was rowing or whatever, but just an amazing lady to hang around with. Tracy Schmidt, so do check her out. I'll also put her links down below because she's very active on Facebook. Now, how is it that these people can achieve things so amazing and other people can't, really? And I really believe that it's your why, not just a why, but a massive why. As I shared before, I share these broadcasts about property and so on. And sometimes I see someone who just starts out in property, zero money, zero ability, understanding of property, and they soar like that. And in like a year or so, or 2 years, they have achieved mega status. Yet I see other people who have money, who have large deposits, kind of go nowhere. And you're probably wondering, why is that? Why is that really? And I'm going to say it's because of having a massive why, a big why, a why bigger than anything else in their life. Now, what is that why? It might be that you were humiliated as a kid and you never ever want to be humiliated again. So that's what drives you on to be successful in something, whether it's a sport or an art or business. It really drives you on. And there are people like that we know. For example, the Beatles. When I was younger, so much younger than today. No, that's no. good, that's not the Help Me. Yes, it is Beatles song. The Muppets. Harry Potter with J.K. Rowling. Now, these people had massive, massive knockbacks in their life, lots of criticism, but they didn't take it as bad criticism. So, for example, yesterday I talked about how some people feel I'm quite brutal with them, and they've actually enjoyed it. Like, why are they enjoying it? But here's the thing: the Beatles, the Muppet, J.K. Rowling, when they got the knockback, instead of saying they're haters or like they're just jealous of me or whatever it was because I'm so good, they just took it on board and thought, how can I make myself better? So it wasn't like, oh, this is terrible. You're mean. When the Muppets were told that these puppets will never ever do well, there's loads of no other puppets, they can't do it, or the Beatles music, they just thought, we've got this feedback, and they didn't think of it as negative feedback or positive feedback. It was just like, hey, we don't think that your music is good for now. And they may have said, why? What is it in our music? And then they would have got this feedback. Yeah, well, because blah, 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 blah. And they'll either take it on board or not. They might think, okay, well, we still think from the way our fans and people have read our books or looked at our music, we still think they like it. So we're going to carry on, or we're going to take on board a little bit of what you're saying and adjust. So they have a massive why, because they want to be successful in their field for whatever reason. Now, I will share a story about myself, for example. I was rapping on stage a couple of years ago, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if myself and my son, we were the #1 rappers, because it's so, and so on, and it entertained my brain for a while, and thought, yes, we can do this. But I don't think I had a strong enough why, because if I had a strong enough why, I would have been like going to rap school. I would be practicing every day. I would be phoning up or trying to find out where the top rappers are, or rap groups are, and rapping with them, and just hanging out and seeing what they do, see if I could improve my rap language. The same with my back. So some of you know, I over the last 3 or 4 years, I've suffered from very bad back problems where I haven't been able to walk for a couple of days, and it's taken 2 weeks to recover. And I have been told what to do to fix that back. Telling you my backstory. Do you get it? The backstory. Anyway, so I was told what I could do to fix my back, and I just didn't do it. Never did it. There's this guy, Quincy. I am 65 pounds, Quincy. I know you don't watch this stuff, but I know you're 65 pounds. And he told me to read a book, and I didn't read the book to get my back fixed. I was in A&E, and this lovely, lovely, wonderful nurse said, look, I don't think that you will do anything I tell you, so I'm going to give you some easy exercises to do, and I want you to do regularly. And yeah, I never did it. In fact, the only thing I ever did was what my good friend Anders Eklund told me, and that was hang from things, which really helped my back for a while. So the question is then, if you don't have a strong enough why, but you still want to be successful, how do you defend against your own lack of motivation? Because that's what it is. And this is what I do. I actually get myself a team, because one of my motivations is I hate letting people down. And of course I do without meaning to. I hate to let people down. And so I surround myself with great people who will say, hey, we need your input on this. Oh, look, we need this now. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, can't you sort it yourself? But it's pushing me forward. And with my back, which is a great, great story, because there I was, like every step I made, every move I made, I was in pain. This is like 3 weeks ago. absolute, like a sharp pain going through my back. And, you know, I thought I really have to see a back person again. I went to the pharmaceutical, the local one in my area, and I said, there must be someone local rather than having to travel 2.5 hours or whatever. And they said, well, actually, Ben, there is a pharmaceutical just round the corner there. Like, okay, so I had all these sharp pain steps getting there, but it was literally 3 doors away. It had opened up 2 years ago. Never knew about it. And knocked on the door, went to reception, and they said, well, you know, we're fully booked. Now, as it turned out, someone called at that time and cancelled their appointment. Hey, wow, that meant that I had some time there. So straight away, in 10 minutes, I got him to the back, the physio's, you know, his room. And honestly, he was doing things to my back, and I was in absolute agony. I was shouting 10, 10, 10, which is his level of pain, which is the most pain you can get, I guess. And you know, then afterwards, of course, he helped a bit. And then he said, okay, now what I'll do is I'll send you some exercises. And I said, no, you're not going to do that, because I won't do those exercises. Yeah, he said, but you're going to be in pain. I said, I know, but my motivation isn't strong enough. What I need is to come to you every week, and I will pay you the money to do that. And so that's what we did. I booked those sessions with him, and he's linked me to an online program that he's got so he can monitor me. And you know, I have to do those exercises because I've got somebody on my back, literally. And I'm regularly seeing someone who's very local to me, which has helped quite a bit. And so if you don't have a strong enough why, but you know, we get comfortable, and I have to say I'm comfortable. The number of people who've asked to do interviews with me, and I just can't be bothered really, is immense because I'm comfortable. So I have to surround myself with these people who push me to fixing my back and to pushing me into various places of success. So guys, if you find that people are in a good way, not in a competitive way, overtaking you, and you're feeling a bit envious and jealous, I would say perhaps your why isn't so strong enough, and to get some people who you respect, who will push you, who will actually push you, and not that you will argue with them or something. If you tell them that you're going to do something, that they will say, have you done it? And of course, you're going to not get annoyed by them. So don't make it your husband or wife or brother or sister, because you'll just like kill them. But get it somebody outside who's going to say, make sure that you've got on with what you said you were going to do. All right, so guys, I hope this podcast was useful. Please do share it and comment below. What do you think about having a strong why? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What do you think? Oh, by the way, here's the point about criticism. One last thing. Yesterday, I made a comment about this lovely guy called Hugh Hilton, and he really is wonderful. And that he has nothing to do with the Hilton hotels. And there are people who actually want to support the guy who's spreading this, frankly, I think it's a lie about him, and he friends me. And I think there is people who don't have a strong enough why, because they don't want to see the truth. And people with a strong enough why, they want to know the truth, even if it's, look, you're shit at singing, you're crap at dancing, so that you then go back and say, well, what can I do to improve? And they might say, well, I don't think you can do anything. But if I could do something, what would it be? All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. And just to say thank you again for all you lovely people who've tuned in. This is Ben Chai, the Doctor Who of business, tuning out on this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday evening in the UK. Bye.